You know that feeling when you lie awake at night replaying a conversation with a woman and you keep asking yourself, did she actually like me or was she just being nice? You think about the way she laughed at your joke or how her hand brushed against yours and you wonder if it meant something or if you were just imagining things. Trust me, you are not alone in this. Almost every man on this planet has been in that exact same spot. And the frustrating part is that nobody ever really teaches us how to read these things. We just stumble through life hoping we get it right, and most of the time we walk away not knowing what just happened right in front of us. That is exactly why we are here today, because I want to pull back the curtain on something that most men never figure out on their own. We are going to talk about the quiet, hidden signals that women send when they are genuinely attracted to someone. And I am not talking about the obvious stuff, like when a woman walks up and tells you she thinks you are cute. That almost never happens in real life. What actually happens is much more subtle, much more layered, and honestly much more beautiful than that. These are the little things she does without even fully realizing she is doing them. The tiny shifts in her body, the way her voice changes, the things she does with her hands and her eyes. These are the real clues, and once you learn to see them, everything changes for you. Now, before we get into the details, I want you to understand something important. This is not about playing games or trying to manipulate anyone. This is about becoming a better, more aware human being. When you understand how people communicate on a deeper level, you stop guessing and you start connecting. You become the kind of man who walks into a room and just gets it. You know how to make people feel seen and heard, and that is one of the most attractive qualities any person can have. So if you want to become that kind of man, stay with me through every single part of this, because what I am about to share with you could genuinely change the way you experience relationships for the rest of your life. Let us start with something that might seem simple, but is actually one of the most powerful things a woman can do. I am talking about the way she looks at you. Not just a glance, not the kind of look you get from a stranger passing you on the street. I am talking about the kind of eye contact that makes the rest of the room disappear. You know what I mean? That moment when you are talking to her and she locks eyes with you and holds it just a beat longer than she needs to. Her gaze is soft and steady, and there is a warmth behind it that feels different from the way anyone else looks at you. You might even notice that her pupils seem a little wider than normal. That is not your imagination. That is actually a real physical response that happens when someone is attracted to another person. Her body is literally opening up to take more of you in. This kind of eye contact is one of the oldest and deepest ways humans have ever connected with each other. Long before we had words, long before we had language, we had our eyes. And when a woman looks at you like that, she is telling you something without saying a single word. She is saying, I feel safe with you. I am interested in you. I want you to see me the way I am seeing you right now. And here is the thing most men do when this happens. They look away. They get nervous or uncomfortable and they break the moment. Do not do that. When you catch her looking at you like that, hold her gaze. Not in a creepy, intense way. Just softly, calmly. Give her a gentle smile and let her know that you see her too. That single moment of shared eye contact can create a bond that words never could. Now let us move to something even more revealing. Pay attention to the way she touches you. And I do not mean anything dramatic. I am talking about the small, almost invisible touches that you might not even notice if you are not paying attention. Maybe you are sitting next to each other and her knee presses against yours and she does not pull away. Maybe she reaches over and touches your forearm while she is making a point about something. Maybe she playfully pushes your shoulder when you say something funny. These might seem like nothing. You might think, oh, she is just a touchy person. And sure, some people are naturally more physical than others. But when a woman consistently finds reasons to close the physical distance between you and her, that is not an accident. That is her body telling you what her mouth has not said yet. Touch is one of the most intimate things we can share with another person. It is how we communicate safety, trust, and closeness without needing to explain ourselves. And when a woman touches you, even in the smallest way, she is testing the waters. She wants to see how you respond. Do you pull back or do you lean in? Do you tense up or do you relax? Your reaction tells her everything she needs to know about whether you feel the same way she does. So when it happens, do not freeze. Do not overthink it. Just let it feel natural. If she touches your arm, you can gently touch her hand while you are telling her something. Mirror her energy. Match her pace. The goal is not to rush anything. The goal is to show her that you are right there with her and that you feel it too. Here is where things get really interesting. The third thing I want you to watch for is how she engages with you when you are talking. This one is huge, and most men completely miss it. Think about the last real conversation you had with a woman who seemed interested. Did she lean toward you while you were speaking? Did she tilt her head slightly to the side? Did she ask follow-up questions about things you mentioned earlier in the conversation? Did she remember small details about your life that you only told her once? If any of those things sound familiar, congratulations, because that woman was showing you one of the clearest signs of attraction there is. When a woman truly cares about someone, she gives that person her undivided attention. She does not check her phone every 5 minutes. She does not look around the room to see who else is there. She is locked in on you. And the reason is because attraction is not just physical. For most women, attraction lives in the emotional space. It is about how you make her feel when she is with you. When she hangs on your words and asks you deep, thoughtful questions, she is trying to understand who you really are beneath the surface. She wants to know your heart, your fears, your dreams, the things that make you laugh, and the things that keep you up at night. That is not casual interest. That is someone who is building a bridge to you. And the best thing you can do in return is meet her there. Listen to her the same way she listens to you. Put your phone down. Look at her face. Ask her questions that show you care about more than just the surface. When she tells you something vulnerable, do not brush it off. Hold it gently. Let her know that what she shared matters to you. This is how real connections are built. Not through flashy gestures or expensive gifts, but through moments where two people truly see each other. The fourth thing to watch for is something that catches a lot of men off guard because it does not always look like what you would expect. I am talking about playful teasing. You know, those moments when she pokes fun at you about something small? Maybe she jokes about the way you pronounce a certain word, or she gives you a hard time about your taste in music. It might feel like she is messing with you, and in a way she is, but not in a mean way. She is flirting. She is creating a little world that belongs to just the two of you, a private language made of inside jokes and shared laughter. This kind of teasing is her way of saying, I feel comfortable enough around you to let my guard down. I do not need to be perfect or polished when I am with you. I can just be silly and real and fun. And that is a big deal, because most women do not let themselves be playful around someone they do not trust. If she is teasing you, it means she has already decided on some level that you are safe, that you are someone worth investing her energy in. So what do when she starts teasing you? You play along. You do not get defensive. You do not take it personally. You laugh. You tease her back gently. You show her that you can take a joke and that you are fun to be around. That back and forth energy is magnetic. It draws people closer together, and it creates the kind of chemistry that keeps a relationship exciting long after the first few dates are over. Now, the fifth and final thing I want you to pay attention to is perhaps the most meaningful of all. It is whether she makes space for you in her life. We all have busy schedules. We all have work and responsibilities and 1,000 things pulling us in different directions. But when a woman truly likes someone, she will carve out time for that person no matter what. She might text you in the middle of a crazy workday just to say she was thinking about you. She might suggest plans for the weekend or ask if you want to grab a coffee before she heads to her next meeting. She might rearrange her schedule to make sure she can see you, even if it is only for an hour. This is not something people do for just anyone. Time is the one thing we can never get back, and when someone gives you theirs willingly and consistently, it is one of the clearest declarations of interest you will ever receive. She is telling you without words that you matter to her, that in a world full of noise and distractions, she is choosing to focus on you. And that is not something to take lightly. When you notice her doing this, show her that you appreciate it. Tell her. Say something simple like it really means a lot that you made time for this. And then do the same for her. Show up for her. Be present. Put in the effort. Because relationships are not built by one person doing all the work. They are built by two people choosing each other again and again, even when life gets complicated. Now, I also want to be honest with you about something. Not every smile means she is in love with you. Not every laugh means she wants to be with you. Women are kind people, and sometimes a friendly gesture is just that, a friendly gesture. The key is to look at the full picture. One sign on its own might not mean much, but when you start seeing 2 or 3 or 4 of these things happening together, that is when you know something real is growing. Do not obsess over every little detail. Do not turn into a detective who analyzes every word she says. That will only make you anxious and it will push her away. Instead, just relax. Be yourself. Be present. Be kind. And let things unfold naturally. If you are ever unsure about where you stand with someone, the bravest thing you can do is just be honest. You do not need a grand speech. You could simply say something like, I really enjoy spending time with you and I would love to see where this goes. That kind of honesty takes courage, but it is also incredibly attractive. It shows her that you are not playing games, that you are a real person with real feelings, and that you respect her enough to be straight with her. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. The signs are there. They have always been there. You just need to learn how to see them. Warm, steady eye contact, small, gentle touches, deep, attentive listening, playful teasing, and making time for you in her busy world. These are the quiet ways a woman says, I am interested in you, and now that you know what to look for, you will never miss them again. But remember, this is not just about reading signals. This is about becoming the kind of man who deserves those signals. A man who listens. A man who shows up. A man who treats people with kindness and respect, not because he wants something in return, but because that is just who he is. When you become that man, you will not have to chase anyone. The right person will see you, and she will find her way to you. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced any of these signs and did not realize it at the time? Or maybe you are going through something right now and you are not sure what it means. Drop your story in the comments below because I genuinely want to hear from you. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. And if this helped you even a little bit, do me a favor and share it with a friend who might need to hear this too. We are all just trying to figure this out together, and sometimes all it takes is one conversation to change everything.